Liv Morgan Stalker case officially closed. The criminal case involving a man accused of targeting WWE star Liv Morgan has officially come to an end. According to court records from the United States District Court for the Middle District of Florida, Sean Chan was found not guilty by reason of insanity on a charge of interstate domestic violence, stemming from an incident involving the former women's world champion. In a final order issued on June 18th, the court directed that Chan be released from the custody of the United States Marshals Service and transferred to the custody of United States Immigration and Customs Enforcement due to a pre-existing immigration detainer. The case has now been formally closed. The court determined that Chan no longer poses a danger to the community or to Liv Morgan after being stabilized and deemed competent by medical professionals. The ruling also noted that Chan wishes to return to Canada and did not oppose the immigration detainer. Liv Morgan Stalker. Case started in May 2025. The case stemmed from events in May 2025 when Chan traveled from Canada to Florida. According to authorities, he told customs officials he intended to stay at the W.E. Performance Center. Investigators allege that after arriving in Florida, Chan drove to Liv Morgan's home in Pasco County, circled the property several times, entered the backyard, and unsuccessfully attempted to gain entry through the front door. Before leaving, he allegedly left behind a note containing his name, address, and phone number. Chan was arrested on June 3, 2025, at the WWE Performance Center after security personnel reportedly recognized him in surveillance footage from the earlier incident and contacted law enforcement earlier this year. Chan was tried in federal court on an interstate domestic violence charge related to those events. After reviewing agreed facts and mental health evaluations, the judge found him not guilty by reason of insanity. The ruling concluded that Chan had met the legal burden of demonstrating that his release would not create a substantial risk of harm to others due to a present mental disease or defect, bringing the case to a close. 3 signs Liv Morgan is losing. The 2026 Queen of the Ring. Final to Io Sky at WWE Night of Champions Liv. Morgan will battle Io Sky in the final of the 2026 Queen of the Ring tournament at Night of Champions. Even though the Miracle Kid is the women's world champion, her desire to have it all led her to participate in the tournament. Morgan defeated Becky Lynch, Chelsea Green, and Alexa Bliss in the first round. She then faced Charlotte Flair in the semifinal and defeated her as well to secure her spot in the final at the Riyadh event. IYO defeated Roxanne Perez, Julia, and Lash Legend in the first round, and Raquel Rodriguez in the semifinal. After getting through 2 Judgment Day members, she will now face Morgan to potentially punch her ticket to SummerSlam. The Genius of the Sky might actually walk away victorious this Saturday. Here are 3 signs suggesting that Liv Morgan is losing the 2026 Queen of the Ring final to IYO Sky. Liv Morgan may not need to win the Queen of the Ring tournament because a major challenger is already waiting for her. At WrestleMania 42, Morgan defeated Stephanie Vaquer to win the Women's World Championship. The night after WrestleMania, Vaquer confronted Liv and appeared to be setting up a rematch. However, that never happened. Vaquer was written off television after suffering an injury and being attacked backstage by the Judgment Day. As a result, the storyline was put on hold before it could properly develop. That could change soon. Recent reports have suggested that Vaquer is nearing a return. If WWE plans to revisit the feud, Liv already has a ready-made opponent for SummerSlam and does not need the Queen of the Ring victory to secure a major match. In fact, Vaquer could even return at Night of Champions. A surprise appearance during the final would give her an opportunity to get revenge on Morgan and potentially cost her the tournament. If that happens, IYO Sky could capitalize and punch her ticket to SummerSlam. Rhea Ripley's injury. Another reason Liv Morgan could lose the Queen of the Ring final is the situation involving Rhea Ripley. Morgan has made it clear that she wants to win the tournament and challenge Ripley for the WWE Women's Championship. The goal is to become a double champion and add another title to her collection. However, there is one problem. Ripley is currently dealing with a legitimate knee injury. Reports have suggested that WWE has had to adjust some of its creative plans because of her condition. As things stand, there is uncertainty regarding her status for SummerSlam. If Ripley is unable to compete at the event, Morgan winning Queen of the Ring would lose much of its purpose. Raquel Rodriguez and Roxanne Perez are starting to notice Liv Morgan's selfishness. Liv Morgan's focus on becoming a double champion could end up costing her the Queen of the Ring crown. Over the past few weeks, Morgan has made it clear that her priority is winning the tournament and eventually challenging Rhea Ripley for the WWE Women's Championship. While that ambition is understandable, it has also highlighted how focused she has become on her own success. Raquel Rodriguez and Roxanne Perez have seemingly started to notice it. Both women have regularly supported Morgan and helped the Judgment Day maintain its influence on Raw. However, Liv's recent actions have largely revolved around her own goals rather than the faction's collective success. That could become a factor at Night of Champions. If Morgan expects her stablemates to come to her aid, they may not be as eager to help as they once were. There is also the possibility of a miscommunication or mistake that inadvertently costs her the match. Rhea Ripley opens up on her family amid recent WWE tour. Rhea Ripley is currently away from WWE programming due to a knee injury. It seems to have stemmed from her Clash in Italy title match or house show bouts. The European Summer Tour schedule had her down for the title match in Turin, Italy. Ripley found herself overwhelmed stepping onto Italian soil for the very first time. Rhea is of Italian descent on her mother's side and grew up in an Italian-Australian household, hearing stories of her Italian heritage while growing up. Speaking on WWE Vlog about the European tour, Ripley emphasized how her mother and now late grandmother promised her that Italy was magical. Yeah. So this is my first time in Italy, and it's like I've always wanted to come here because my mom has always said that it's amazing. My nonna has always said that it's amazing. And growing up in an Italian-Australian household, my dad's side is extremely Australian, but my mom's side is like extremely Italian. Yeah, it's wild to be here, and it feels like I'm kind of visiting a home that I've never been to. Rhea Ripley said in the vlogs, the Australian star reflects on her childhood memories of massive family dinners with gnocchi and spaghetti and meatballs. Rhea claimed that being in Italy felt like visiting a home that never was, and it will always hold a special place in her heart. Her beloved Nonna passed away in 2023. Rhea Ripley reacts to Queen of the Ring finalists face-off on Raw at Night of Champions 2026, which will take place this Saturday. Live from Riyadh, a new Queen of the Ring will be crowned. Women's World Champion Liv Morgan and Io Sky are the two stars who will be competing for a chance to challenge for a world title at SummerSlam. Rhea Ripley, the SmackDown WWE Women's Champion, reacted to the finalists' confrontation on Raw. She posted a clip on X from Liv and Io's face-off, without any caption on Raw, but it's clear that she's keeping an eye on things. If Liv wins, she will challenge Ripley for her WWE Women's Championship at SummerSlam 2026 in a bid to become a double champion. If Io Sky wins, she can choose to face Morgan again in a rematch for the Women's World title at SummerSlam or challenge her best friend Rhea Ripley for her title.